Shalom, namaste, dear friends, family, and people I don't know that might be watching this. I wanted to share with you in these strange times, which I hope you are keeping well in and finding ways to keeping yourself positively charged and relatively balanced and keep on developing, although you are restricted in many ways and we are living through strange times. So I wanted to share with you some of the things that you can do to grow the capacity of who you are and grow the vessel to receive the fullness, your light, other people's light. You receive light generally. So I want to share with you the examination I have and the way I reflect on the three aspects of the self. It's kind of a Kabbalistic yogi way, but it is my way. So the idea is this: the three aspects that fundamentally correlate with who we are as follows. The first aspect is that which holds everything. It holds everything in a potential, everything that is amazing and everything that might seem as terrible. Everything that is in potential bringing you in a higher vibration, creating a expansion of you, a joy of you, a fulfillment of you, and everything that might lock you and create all sorts of difficulties for you to experience yourself as a human being. So these lie in, and there is a very clear middle line that passes through those potentials. And that's where we begin. There is that potential in us. It's like a field of energy. It has everything. It's like a yin and a yang, if you want to call it that way. But it's more precise than the yin and the yang because it has an agenda. It says that if you keep on lifting yourself up, you will always have control over your experience. Lifting meaning you keep raising the vibrational frequency of who you are. You raise your vibrational frequency by unifying your experience. When you are divided, when you experience polarity in a way of a battle, then you are very weak. When you unify yourself and you feel harmony and you can contain the experience despite how many contradictions you might have in it, then you are more alkaline, more unified. So to be able to be unified, we have to keep on drawing ourselves into a high vibration. So this is one aspect. The second aspect are the tools we have. So they're very simply shown in the hand and they're shown on the face. We have eyes. 2 eyes give us one vision, so 2 are actually 3. Because the component of what we call one vision is made out of 2 parts. 2 ears that give us 1 hearing. Again, 2 are actually 3. A nose that defines the middle of our face, so it's made out of 2 parts and the tipping points. In fact, in my opinion, the nose really reflects 3. It's very clear to see that there's a tip of the nose and the sides. And then the mouth is also made out of 2 parts that come together as 3. So we have 4 aspects, but they work as one. So there has to be a 5th aspect, the oneness of it, or the quality of transmission of energy that passes from the eyes to the ears, to the nose, to the mouth, back up from the mouth to the nose, to the ears, to the eyes. There's an ongoing, if you want to call it like a energy movement, down from the eyes to the mouth and up from the mouth. And this aspect is also reflected in the hand. So we can say eyes, ears, nose, mouth. 4 aspects. These aspects can only lean against one another, and they obviously relate because they come from the same palm and they can work together, but only laterally through the sides, leaning. The thumb is the only one that can actually come full circle and really connect in a way that is the beginning and end, creating a circle, a loop, a ring of energy. And everything functional is about the thumb and the fingers coming together, and hence quality is definitely defined by how well the whole of it come together, despite the fact that it represents different parts. And it goes further because the eyes, each finger is connected to 3. So the eyes, again, number 3, the eyes relate with your brain and your bones. Your ears relate with your heart, and your connective tissues, your tendons, ligaments, and the whole family of connective tissues, the most numerous tissue in your body. Unfortunately, it's not known enough about it, but I teach a lot about it. Then we have the nose. It comes with the lungs and the muscles, the flesh, including your internal organs. And finally, we have the mouth that comes with the digestive system, the gut, and the skin. So there's basically 12 parts. So again, we saw that each part of the 4 elements in the face is actually 3. So again, the 12 is a quite organic number to the body, and there are 12 meridians in the body. So these are let's call them the tools we have. Reflected in the face, reflected in the hands, and reflected to the whole body. And then finally, when these two are married well, we get a beautiful result, a manifestation of the action of who we are. And that action is beautiful and profound if there is a higher vibration coming from the field of energy, which is where you start, the tools that reflect that field. You can clearly see that the eyes are above the ears are above the nose is above the mouth. So the bottom of the eyes is the top of the ears, the bottom of the ears is the top of the nose, the bottom of the nose is the top of the mouth, and they're connected in that hierarchy. So there is a natural hierarchy. You see the most. Energy is mainly revealed through what you see. Even if you close your eyes, it's this part of your existence, the different parts of your brain and how you come together as a thought. And then the eyes see whatever it is that's just above it. And then the ear take all this amazing energy that the eye just been experienced, and it expands it laterally, giving you a scale. So you can start having a way of relating to something or work with it, start bringing it down. The nose then pinpoints and elaborates further into the scales and what's happening in the middle of that scale. And finally, the mouth can say something that reflects, something of wisdom, something that reflects all that journey of energy down through the senses. It's just an example. It's quite literal, but it's also very symbolic. There are many ways of looking at it. So we see that when we become aware that these 3 parts is what we are that energy field that is like water. It's neutral. What's the flavor of water? It's neither good nor bad. I would say in potential it's amazing. But how to work with it is then reflected in the second part of who we are, the tools that we have, what we see, what we hear, how we pinpoint the center, how we smell, what we then say, what we eat. The mouth is so powerful, how we contain our experience, what happens and so forth. And in all that, there is a lot to realize. So what I'm saying is, when we have something truthful that we are reflecting on, simply noticing, paying attention, coming back to a neutral point, looking at it in a fresh way, we develop, because truth has that ability. Truth can transcend us in that way. 3 parts. All I do is I just breathe into them. My intention holds my field. The breath comes through all that I am. In and out, in a beautiful rhythm that I control. I'm moving from somebody to nobody, from somewhere to nowhere. I want to renew the bond like a battery needs to be plus and minus. I need to be able to pull in and out of what it is that I am. And all I do is just breathe. That's all I need to do. Just to breathe. The realization itself is so, so sweet. It brings such a profound change in the experience of who we are, but we gotta be there. So all I do is I bear in mind this principle of truth. And I long to experience more about them, what it is that field that I am. I want to feel that energy field. It's not yet actualized, it's energy. It's so subtle and expansive and grand. And then what are these tools of knowledge. What are these eyes that I see from? These ears that I hear from? The nose, the mouth, how they all come together. I come from Tai Chi, internal power. There's so much. In yoga, there's so much. We talk about the dimensionality in a technical way. Be between left and right. Feel the stretch. Be between up and down. Be between left and right. Feel inhale and exhale moving through you. And as this happens, something profound happens. You can't stay the same. You just have to make sure that the breath that holds everything together is a conscious breath. I typically choose to breathe through my mouth to exemplify what I'm showing now, but you can do it through your nose as well. But make sure your chambers are open. There's so much to take in. The most intimate thing you can do is breathe, but you gotta breathe with a conscious, awakened mind that is looking to experience itself and go back to the origin of what it is, because that's where fullness comes from. That's where wellness comes from. Well, that's all. I hope you can use it in your meditations and reflect about it. And I suppose one last thing is that guarantees balance. You would feel balance doing that. You would feel full. And you would need very little, very, very little. As you do more and more of this. Be well, stay safe.